Namaste, the divine in me bows down and honors the divine in you. My name is Rishi, and I'm going to read to you a poem out of my book. The poem is called Vishnu, Shiva, and Devi, and it's a poem about the preserver god Vishnu, uh, who restores social order and spirituality in different incarnations throughout different ages. And Shiva, Lord Shiva, the Lord of destruction and recreation, Lord of ignorance, and Devi, the cosmic mother, the universal mother. So I'm gonna read to you the poem now, so I hope you enjoy. Vishnu, Shiva, and Devi are devotees of one another. They are also devotees of their devotees, and devotees of their fathers, mothers, sisters, and brothers. The gods and goddesses are one giant family. They share each other's joys and they share each other's tragedies. They are there for each other through thick and thin, even in the greatest calamities. Vishnu is a Shaivite, for he worships Shiva with pure loyal devotion. Shiva is a Vaishnava, for he meditates upon Vishnu with unconditional loving emotion. And Vishnu and Shiva are both Shaktas because they honor and bow down to the feminine Devi, the source of all nature. They are like interdependent siblings, and sometimes quarreling siblings. But despite each other's bipolar behaviors, they are always each other's protectors and saviors. The ignorant argue back and forth over which aspect of God or religion is supreme, not knowing that this Trinity and all children of God are different parts of each other and are players on the same one team. The gods and goddesses appear on earth to reawaken us from our sleep, which is just a very realistic yet illusionary dream. All the people who come into contact and live their Leelas with them are also heavenly beings, who choose to incarnate the same time they did just to live in the divine plays. The devotees may say God is like the sun, but God calls his devotees the rays. The gods and goddesses love being lost in their own world and walk with their beloved ones in life's maze. All the gods and goddesses are part of one unit, just like the cells that make up our body. Even we are cells that make up the universe and everything godly. Offending one is offending them all. Praising one is praising them all. The spirit resides in the big and the small, the strong and the weak, the short and the tall. Shiva, the lord of universal destruction, ignorance, and war, could not defeat Vishnu because he loves him too much to the core. How could you defeat the controller of your heart, mind, and soul? He values Vishnu's love and alliance more than any amount of gold. That is why being an aloof yogi detached from this world, in this divine stage, is his favorite role. He knows that the only thing to be attached to is his spirit and the source of it. The only way to defeat such a powerful force of love is to surrender. Don't you defeat your enemies when you make them a family member? However, sometimes we are our own worst enemy and no one else's. It comes from being selfish, but we must learn that true happiness comes from being selfless. So the gods and goddesses clash with themselves and with each other from time to time. Brothers and sisters fight, and so do husbands and wives. But when it comes down to it, they are each other's kin and strength. They would do anything to protect and preserve each other's lives. Vishnu cannot defeat Shiva because he is both his power and a part of himself. Shiva cannot defeat Vishnu because he is a source of his happiness and wealth. Devi, the goddess, cannot defeat either because, like a devoted wife, she is committed to preserving their health. However, Devi can also defeat both of them because she is their controller and source of power. She also wields weapons that make the most powerful and wicked demons cower. She is ever so sweet, like the fragrance of the most aromatic flower. And like vinegar, she can be ever so sour. All of her enemies are just prey lined up to be devoured. Devi the goddess is purity, beauty, power, opulence, and truth. She is the personification of the divine feminine absolute. She is the source of reality and the source of illusion. She is the source of all clarity and the source of all chaotic confusion. She is a being that has achieved the highest entitlement, which are the highest peaks of the highest enlightenment. For in her different forms she understands Shiva and Vishnu in a way no one else can understand them, as a lover and best friend. She is the divine mother of the universe and will always be loyal to Shiva and Vishnu until the very end. Vishnu and Shiva are two sides of the same coin, like twin brothers conjoined, just performing different functions. Vishnu, with the help of Brahma, is responsible for cosmic preservation and creation, and Shiva is responsible for cosmic destruction. And Devi is the mastermind mother behind the cosmic construction. Shiva has unlimited names and forms. Vishnu has unlimited names and forms. Devi has unlimited names and forms. All three in actuality are one, but have unlimited names and forms. God is one, yet in truth has unlimited names and forms, including no form at all. So before you smoke your weed or drink your alcohol, or desperately make a booty call, remember that God is the source of all pleasures, and the source of all opulent treasures. God is the sun when I'm happy, and the moon when I'm down. He is the reason I laugh, and the reason I frown. So why do I worship him even though he is the source of my pain? Because I am completely dependent on the original cause, and every hardship he puts me through is a lesson I gain. He is both my happiness and my sorrow. Remember one thing, there is no promised tomorrow. So it's up to you to find out why you're here and what you really want to do with your life before it's too late. Don't be consumed by the demons of doubt and hate. You alone are the creator of your own fate. Do what you love to do the most as long as it's righteous and use it in God's service, for that is your dharma and purpose. Don't wait for karma, carve your own destiny. We all want happiness and we all want ecstasy. But for me, that's me understanding why I'm here and knowing that God is within me and always next to me. As long as I keep my eyes to the heavens, I know I will have angels blessing me. Follow the path that is full of compassion and wisdom. It doesn't matter whether your teacher is Moses, Nanak, Muhammad, Krishna, Buddha, Shiva, Devi, Vishnu, or Jesus. As long as it is a path of love, wisdom, and truth, it will take you to the kingdom of God. Believe this. Don't conquer the world and lose your spirit. If you live for love, wisdom, the truth, and God, even when the devil looks at your soul when he tries to claim it, even he will fear it. Yeah, so that's the poem. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're interested in getting the book where that poem and many other poetry, much more poetry is in, you check out my book on Amazon.com, www.amazon.com. And the book is called A Prince and Prophet's Spiritual Raps and Poetry by Rishikesh Ashtakala. Thank you so much, family and friends, and hopefully strangers who saw this video and hopefully enjoyed it. Uh, May the source, universe, God, goddess, bless you all, and until next time, namaste.